Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 action comedy Welcome to Acapulco, a film that is directed by, I'm bound to butcher this name, I'll give it a go, Guillermo Ivan, not too bad, William Baldwin, we have Michael Madsen, Bradley Gregg, and we have Michael Kingsbaker. Now, this so-called action comedy is based on Michael Kingsbaker's character, who's called Matthew Booth, who is a video game developer, who has, at the beginning of the film, has got an appointment, I think it is New Mexico or something, to go and show off this new game he's been developing. It's going to be the making of him and his business partner. But he has a few drinks with who he thinks is one of his friends, Anthony, played by Bradley Gregg. He gets really drunk, he ends up on the wrong plane, he ends up in Acapulco, and then when he gets there, everybody's after him for some reason, and he has no idea why. You've got William Baldwin's people after him, you've got Michael Madsen's people after him, we've got Tony Salvino's in this film, he's a corrupt senator, he's got people after him. Everybody is after this video game developer, he's no idea why. There's a CIA agent who helps him out, and it turns out he's been given a package that he has no idea where it is, and he is like the delivery module for this package to turn up in Acapulco. And this package has got the usual stuff, all the names of these rogue CIA agents, and worth a lot of money to somebody, and if they get out into the open, it's chaos and all that stuff. We've seen it so many times before, that type of story plot line. So it just keeps escalating and escalating and escalating until, it all comes to a head in fairly dull fashion, I suppose. Right, so that's the basic skeleton and outline of this film. I've got to say, this film was really bad. I'll try and get the positives out of the way first. It looks good, it's well polished. There's some reasonably slick action scenes here and there. Like I say, because it's in Acapulco, it looks very colourful, very bright, very vibrant. But other than that, I'm really struggling. This is supposed to be a comedy, and I did not laugh once. I don't think I actually smirked or smiled throughout this film. It's the unfunniest comedy I have seen for a long, long time, and it's the way this film is presented. It's got this weird narration by I keep forgetting his name. Michael Kingsbaker, who plays the lead character, the game's developer. It's got this weird narration by him that's supposed to be like breaking the fourth wall. He's talking to us, but it is seriously annoying. I cannot emphasize enough how annoying it is. It basically just serves as exposition, because this film is full of so many different characters with uninteresting writing and uninteresting plot lines for them. They're all after the same thing basically, but they try and, as they usually do, overcomplicate things. So you don't know who's who, you don't know who's betraying who, you don't know who's with this faction, who's with that faction. So I suspect they probably watched this and decided to put this narration in afterwards, because it was just coming off as like, I've no idea who this person is or who they're with and why they're chasing this person, what's in it for them. There's all these different characters, you just think, oh my god. So there's this awful narration in it that thinks it's really jazzy and funny and with it and modern, because it's got all these flashy graphics that pop up, and it's trying really hard to be witty. It's like the boring uncle at a party that's telling jokes that nobody's laughing at, which will probably be me. But it was just not funny, and it just served to be massively annoying. And unfortunately, even though I think with the right material Matthew Kingsbaker would make a pretty interesting leading man, because he's got the looks and he's got a pretty decent amount of charisma, the writing for his character here, you just want to dive in the screen and give him a swift kick right up the jacksie, because he is such an annoying character. He's like a wimpy, moany, gripey, snot-faced teenager or something. You couldn't like him. It's impossible to like him at all. And it's one of those films where he starts off really wimpy and pathetic, and by the end he's like this, action hero. You're like, oh come on, action films have moved on. They just have, and this film adds nothing new to the genre. It's crammed full of uninterested cameos, and by that I mean the actors playing the cameos, Tony Sorvino, Michael Madsen, William Baldwin, would rather be somewhere else, it's very clear. Talk about dialing in their performances. I understand why you want these kind of characters in this film, because it gives it a certain amount of gravitas, and you've got a few names to put on your poster. But they added nothing to this film. Zero for me. William Baldwin especially looked completely uninterested. Michael Madsen was kind of, Michael Madsen, he kind of does the same character all the time, and that's fine most of the time, but it just served to be annoying in this film. So I was seriously unimpressed with this film. There's not an awful lot of positives here other than the way it looks and some slick action scenes here and there. But yeah, it's seriously unfunny as a comedy, this, and the action is barely passable. So I would seriously suggest this is one to avoid. It's a 4 out of 10 for me. Very, very disappointing indeed. So that is my review for Welcome to Acapulco. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you next time on Screen Stars.